Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be installing a VRS race intercooler in my BMW f10 535. If you guys have not checked out my Amazon ECS affiliate link down below. And huge shout out to VRS for sending out this intercooler. I'll show you guys the intercooler in 1 second, but before I do so, I definitely want to mention that this intercooler should vastly improve keeping these turbos cool. And I always say turbos with this car, as you guys know, it has a twin scroll single turbo versus the N54 that has a twin turbo setup. We did a video a couple months ago showing us installing an intercooler in Matt's N54 335. We are now going to be installing one in my F10. So let me show you guys the intercooler now. So here's a look at the intercooler. As you guys can see, it is stepped. This is VRS's race intercooler. This is the biggest intercooler that they offer for the N55. They offer a couple different ones for the E series. This is the only one they offer for the F series. It should help keep the turbo temperatures down and hopefully not introduce too much turbo lag. From what I've read, there's very little turbo lag that you will get from this. We have all the included hardware, and the best part about this is you don't even have to take off the bumper or cut anything. It's a direct fit. So let's jack the car up and see what we have to do.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through.
So it looks like we're gonna have to remove all these bolts. There's a bolt here, here. There's this whole little plastic trim piece. I know it's really hard to tell because it's very close. You have to remove a bunch of these screws that are holding in this front little trim piece. They go all across the front and they're all 8mm, so we're gonna remove those now. So the next thing we have to do, we can see the intercooler is right here. Be mindful, this is a coolant hose. We have one T25 here, and we have another T25 here, and this bracket should come down. This bracket we're no longer going to need to use with the new intercooler just because it doesn't fit. Another thing to keep in mind is where the hoses connect, right up here, and we're going to take a metal pick and just pick out that little metal tab in there. As you can see, there's two on each side. If you just pull out on them, it will release the clips holding in the intercooler, and we have the same on the other side. Same, put a pick in there and pull out. So let's try that now and see what happens. Alright, so I believe just there's clips holding it in, and we also have to undo the hoses for the intercooler on both sides. This is what I'll be using, a pick tool, so we're going to probably start on the right side. It looks a little easier just so I get a hang of it, and then we'll do the right side. Scratch that long screwdriver, and you'll be able to pop the clip out and over. Do not use a pick tool. Pick tool I had too much trouble with. Using a screwdriver, nice and easy, can pop it out, super simple. So that's what I recommend. So you can see how I popped the clip out on that side, and you can see how I popped the clip out on that side. Now we can pull off those hoses. You can't pull them off too much, but now we're going to try to remove the intercooler, and you just kind of push up on it. Nothing's really holding in, just some clips. So we're going to push up on it and try pulling down. There's this little slide clip right here, and there's this little slide clip right there that looks like it's holding it in. So if we push up, and then we can pull down on it. So let's see how that goes. guys, take a look at that. Take a look at the difference between the two intercoolers. Holy crap, this one is huge. The amazing thing is that you don't have to cut or trim anything to get this to fit, which amazes me because look at the difference in the profile. It's crazy. And the other thing is, since this one sits up higher, we're going to have to put these tabs on to help support it. I think they mount, yeah, they mount right here. I'll figure that out and then I'll get back to you, and then we're going to use some screws. I heard use the OEM use the ones VRS comes with here, and then use the OEM ones to attach to the car. They fit better. But guys, look at the girth of this thing. So let's mount up these tabs and then install it back in. One thing to note is my clips that are holding in the hoses right here got pushed back in, so undo those again to make it easy to go in. You might want to put just a little bit of oil around here just to help it slide in easier. So let's put the pieces on and see how it fits. Alright, so I actually decided against putting the clips on that actually screw into this car, just because I don't want it to get fouled up on the coolant hose. So we are going to try to push the intercooler in and see how it fits now. So the intercooler is in, and guys, can I tell you, this is not as simple as it seems. VRS makes it say that this is a direct swap, and it is, but it's so tight to get it to fit, and you really have to be careful about this line right here. This is the coolant line, and you're going to have to put some stress on it to get it in. There's no other way, I promise you that. These are the little brackets that we have to put on. They don't even like line up. I gotta play with the intercooler a little, but I gotta put these brackets on, and then we can put the belly pan back on. There's that little piece that was on top of the intercooler will no longer go on. We have these brackets holding it in, and that's how it's gonna sit. So these brackets hold it in. That little piece that goes here, nothing, but that big belly pan, of course, goes back on. All right, guys, it's back together. Let's go for a drive and see how it is. So after going for a little drive, I've noticed a couple things. I'm still currently driving the car right now. I've noticed that the turbo comes on a little bit quicker to me. I don't see the turbo lag. A lot of people, usually when you get a bigger intercooler, you're subject to have more turbo lag, but I feel like the turbo comes on a little bit quicker, which is always nice. So definitely liking the intercooler, even though the install was an absolute royal pain in the ass, but I really do like, I feel like the power comes on stronger, and I like it so far. And we're gonna keep those turbo temperatures down. I'll throw a graph in of what VRS shows for it, but that's all I have. I'll check in with you guys. All right, guys, so I'm finally back home after installing the VRS race intercooler in my BMW F10. I give you guys a short clip of me driving it, and here are my impressions. I really like it. I'm not too sure about turbo temperatures because I haven't really driven the car, but I will say the turbo feels like it comes on much quicker, and I really like that. I like having the bigger intercooler just to cool the turbos, and hopefully when I tune the car, it will also help out a lot too. But with that being said, installation was a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. Installation was very difficult. There's not enough room for this intercooler. I've seen videos where it makes it look like it's super simple. It's not. It requires a lot of finagling to get that in. But with that being said, don't not buy the intercooler because of this. Just be mindful that you're gonna have a lot to play around with to get it to work, and you're also gonna have to mess with the coolant line and be very careful. You basically have to pinch the coolant line and stretch it out a little to get it over the outlet just to fit. It does not want to fit over it, so just keep that in mind and you'll get it in. It does take a little while. Having a second pair of hands is definitely helpful because the intercooler is quite heavy, so keep that in mind too. But that is all I have for this video. If you guys want to check out VRS Speed, I'll have a link down below. Please use my affiliate link. Very happy to be affiliated with VRS Speed now. Also check out my Amazon ECS affiliate link down below, and consider subscribing and like this video. That is all I have for today's video.